What's going on, YouTubeites? Welcome to Lords of the Long Box and the weekly Cover Price Top 10 brought to you by our friends from CovrPrice.com. If you notice, DJ Curse has been missing for a while. My man threw out his back. He is going to be out of commission for a while. He hasn't even been doing Twitch videos, man. That's what sucks about getting old. You just sometimes you just get pains, man. So in honor of my man DJ Curse, I want to play a little 3-minute freestyle mix, man. For all you cats that remember freestyle music from the 80s and 90s, have some fun with it. Bring in your wives and your old ladies. They love this music. The Aquanet set.
DJ Chalet.
Jumping music, slick DJs, fog machines and laser rays. Look at weekend cuz because weekends were take me to the warm summertime weekends for the
DJ Chalet. DJ Chalet.
All right, that gave everybody a nice little trip to the past. There was some great comments in the live chat. As I was going through, it reminds me of being in a Camaro with Drakkar Nar with some dude named Vidi, and then somebody else saying a comment about having an IROC Z. Oh my God, who remembers the IROC Camaro? Was it a Camaro? I do believe so. Oh man,
Trans Am, man. Whew.
Mini trucks. That was, I remember, like everybody had a mini truck back in the days, and they were bumping that stuff. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Cover Price Top 10. This is the Lords of the Long Box, and I got my man Manimal. Say what's up to the good people.
What up, everybody? Glad to be here. Back in the home state of Texas after my little excursion out to Jersey to see my boy Nemesis Prime.
Speak of the devil. Say what's up.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Yeah, it was a great weekend. Had a lot of fun. Took Zach to some shops here in New Jersey and went to a nice little cookout. A lot of statue people. Now I'm looking on eBay for statues.
Uh-oh, you got the statue, but man.
Dude, no, seriously. So Justin's talking with all the statue guys, and then after like just a second, it was just him and I, and he's like, "You shouldn't have brought me here."
Pretty soon, yeah, man. That's a whole nother rabbit hole to go down. It's funny. I wonder if statues have gone up. But anyway, that's for another show for another time. But hey, this is brought to you by our friends over at CovrPrice.com. Go to CovrPrice.com. You can sign up for a 2-week free trial, or you can sign up for $2.99 a month or $6.99 a month for all your price guides, collections, and trends and lists like this. This show is also brought to you by our friends over at KRSComics.com. Go to KRS Comics. Use the discount code of LOTLB to get 15% off any KRS Comics exclusives, including the KRS Long Box, KRSPoolBox.com, where you can get your weekly comics. Huge announcement, man. So, KRS Comics is having a Clayton Crane in-store signing at their new KRS HQ on Herald Place in Chula Vista, California. The Lords, at least some of us will be there. Me and Ryan and my man Wolverine are going to drive down there, and we're going to have a live show from new KRS HQ, so you can get your Clayton Crane signings. And by the way, this is dropping tomorrow. This is the In Huk Lee variant for Night Gwen, #1. This drops tomorrow at noon Pacific. Noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. So obviously, anytime you get a first appearance of something weird, like there seems to always be Gwen, right? It's Gwen, Gwenpool, Gwenage, whatever the fuck, man.
Gwenage.
Gwenage, yeah. Greenwich Village, the Carnage version. So make sure you use your discount code of LOTLB to get this dope In Huk Lee cover that drops tomorrow, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. Also, Warren Liu is changing his art style to a more realistic art style. This is some of the early stuff that Warren Liu did. And the reason I tell you this is I can't show you the full cover yet, but Friday, this will drop. That's all I can tell you. I don't know. I can't tell you who it is, but this is part of the cover that's going to drop on Friday. So if you tune into our Thursday show, I'll be able to show you the full cover because due to contractual regions, they can't show you that yet. Also, show is sponsored to you by our friends over at the Geeky Swag Shop, man. The Geeky Swag Shop is back doing things again. So if you want to get a shirt, go over to geekyswagshop.com, look at the Lords, and you can get yourself a t-shirt just in time for the summertime. I talked to him today. We're working about getting some Lord logo and some other things. So maybe an ashtray, a bong, I don't know, a ventilator, whatever, man. Whatever we can stick our logo on, we're going to stick it on there, man. So let's get right to it, boys and girls. So this is the Cover Price Top 10. And as always, there's always one that doesn't quite make the list. And we'd like to call that the runner-up. What do we have for this week's runner-up, Zach?
So this week we've got Bitterroot #1 from back in 2018. Deadline is reporting that Regina King to direct the Bitterroot adaptation of Image Comics series for Legendary. So sales are way up across the first print covers. This first issue just barely made the top 10 due to low supply on sites like eBay. Despite the sharp price increase, collectors seem to be holding on to their copies. It sold 19 copies, had a 7-day trend of 246%, and had a high sale of $400 for a CGC 9.8.
Yep. I mean, we should have seen it coming. Anytime there's something that gets optioned, it's going to be. But, this thing has been, I think this was on our top 10 list before. Yeah. And I'm wondering if way back then that they knew that there was going to be something. But if you watch the Lords of the Long Box long enough, you'll know about when things spike, right? And once it gets optioned. And then this time it spiked because there's actually a director announced to it, Regina King, who is, I think, better known. I think she's done some other directorial things, but she's better known as an actor. But, there you go, man. Right. So due to low print runs, relatively low print runs, I would say, because nowadays, something that's killing the children is doing 200,000 print runs, which is kind of crazy when you think about it for what we would consider a indie comic. But there you go. The runner-up is Bitterroot #1 from 2018. What do we got for number 10? Justin?
Ooh, we have Amazing Spider-Man number 360 from Marvel Comics in 1992. This one is probably the cheapest of all the Carnage books. This is the cameo appearance of Carnage. Features 4 panels of Carnage where he's both named and speaks, and he actually introduces himself as Carnage. So this is finally getting some notice. The first cameo appearance is in 359, but this is the second cameo appearance, but simply as a clump of red symbiotic goo. Did sell 41 copies last week, had a 7-day uptrend of 173% and a high sale of $399.99 for a 9.8 CGC.
are we really specking on red goo now? Is that what I mean? I guess I wouldn't be surprised because I remember people spec'd on like a vial of Wolverine's DNA. It was X-23 or something like that. Was that the
Remember
thing?
Red Goblin? Same thing. They
Yeah,
spec'd on
and then
his-
there was, and, there's also first time like Franklin Richards was in the stomach of Sue Storm or some other crazy shit like that. So it doesn't surprise me. So hey, to each his own, man. So number 10 on the list is ASM number 360 from 1992. Hey, what do we got for number 9? That book looks familiar.
Yeah, and this book shouldn't surprise anyone over from the news we've heard recently. So Ghost Rider number 28 back in 1992. This book was trending once before, back when Lilith was mentioned to appear in the Hulu Ghost Rider series. However, that show was canceled, and there's been plenty of speculation on where Ghost Rider might show up in the MCU. Well, the speculation is back again thanks to rumors by that hashtag show that a Midnight Suns, whose first appearance is in this issue, is in development for a film. While this still is very unconfirmed, it moved 74 copies, had a 7-day trend of 132%, and had a high sale of $150 for a CGC 9.8.
Yeah, I have no comment. Yeah, for those who've been
That
watching
hashtag show, because I think the Lords of the Long Box were talking about this book way before that hashtag show.
Yeah, I guess it was so long ago that people forgot. But if you want to go digging in those long boxes and look at really old Lords videos, I think this actual video was actually before the channel got taken down. So it's back from 2019. If you want to go really see when we're talking about the Midnight Suns, I feel like we've been talking about it for a while, but. Apparently websites have to be the real news. And, I went on the website and the guy who wrote that article, it seems like he just follows our videos and Geekosity because all of his articles are based off of what those other people say. So I guess it's called journalism nowadays, boys and girls. But hey, I hope you guys have these because, we've been talking about it for a long time. Maybe now it's time to bust them out of the bag to make sure that they're not, yet, creases and dings in them because, you'd be surprised with, I rethinking my ways of keeping things in the poly bag. I mean, unless it's like Static X, right, which is worth more in the bag, but anything else, especially now in the days of grading, man, you may want to take it out of the bag just to make sure because, it can be, just because it's in a plastic bag doesn't mean it can't be damaged. You'd be surprised what people did with them. So number 9 on the list, Ghost Rider number 28, the first appearance of the Midnight Suns from 1992. What do we got for number 8?
We got another Carnage book. We got Venom, Lethal Protector number 4 from Marvel Comics 1993. So with the heat of the Venom, Let There Be Carnage trailer, plus the upcoming Extreme Carnage Lasher comic miniseries, the various symbiotes who first appeared in this issue, Scream, Agony, Lasher, Phage, and Riot, are all receiving heavy speculation. If you recall, Riot was actually the main villain of the first Venom film, which was when his this first issue spiked. Since then, the creators are well aware of the various symbiotes. There's so much potential of an upcoming show that they could show up. It did sell 90 copies, had a 7-day uptrend of 132%, and a high sale of $249.99 for a CGC at 9.8 for Lethal Protector number 4.
That's crazy, man. Yeah.
Sold too early on that one, man. I had a 9.8 from a while ago, and I sold too early.
Yeah. That was just a teaser trailer too, right? I mean, we still don't even know what, but it just goes to show you Venom has a rather large cult following. You know what I mean? And this is all, I don't think Null is going to show up, by the way, if you really think that's going, because it's definitely, it's going to be the Carnage storyline. So it'd be interesting to see where to go. But I keep on thinking to myself, how many more Venom movies can you make without Spider-Man, right? Eventually you have to have Spider-Man in there somewhere, right? So
yeah, how many Venom movies can you make with symbiotes and only symbiotes?
Yeah, and the amount of Venom like miniseries is absolutely ridiculous. Like in the 90s, he really never got a solo series, but man, he has a ton of miniseries. Try to in the live chat name as many as you can because I remember if you look up Venom, it's just like Venom this, Venom that, and it's never really No, I guess because kind of he was a villain. He
had at least 5 before he had an ongoing.
Yeah,
he had Lethal Protector, Madness. Oh my God, there's so many.
A ton of them. Yeah. So hey, in the live chat, name them all off. All right, so number 8 on the list is Venom Lethal Protector number 4. Oh, by the way, if you didn't watch the MTV Movie Awards, which I don't blame you if you didn't, but you know what? There was some cool stuff, man. Obviously, the meme of Scarlett Johansson and the goo, that has gotten crazy play all over the place. But there was also the Snake Eyes kind of teaser that premiered that, and that's why it's on this list.
Yeah, so number 7, we've got G.I. Joe, a Real American Hero, number 281. So buckle in because the market is now all over G.I. Joe key issues and first appearances. This new issue features a first appearance of Sherlock, sold 44 copies, had a 7-day trend of 287%, and had a high sale of $20 for a raw copy. The 1 in 10 variant is also super hot and had a high sale of $75 for a raw this week.
Yeah, so if you want to know anything about G.I. Joe, go follow my man JLS Comics, man. He does a great series of videos about all the history of the Joes, and there's a ton of them. But why Sherlock, I guess I'm asking? Well, was she in the trailer or he in the trailer? Who the fuck is Sherlock, you know? I'm a bit old school. I just remember like the old guys. And I'm also a child of one of the first viral videos. Have you guys ever seen the G.I. Joe PSAs?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. Those were
pork chop sandwiches?
pork chop sandwiches. Get the fuck out of here. What's wrong with you?
They used to crack me up, man.
I have a t-shirt that says pork chop sandwiches. And when I wear it, I've had only like 3 people recognize it, and they go, dude. I go, yeah.
I love those videos.
I'll wear it on the next Tuesday show. I'll wear my pork chop sandwiches t-shirt, man. It's freaking hilarious. But those PSAs, man, that was like early internet before what we call viral now. Remember that? I mean,
Yeah.
it was they were freaking hilarious. Basically, if you don't know, you young kids, on the G.I. Joe cartoon, at the very end of each episode, they had this little PSA to, you know, don't bully, don't smoke. And anyway, so this company or these guys did voiceovers on them and just made them freaking hilarious. So just look up
ridiculous too.
Just the one dude that was that has a bowl over his head. I forgot his name, Deep Dive or Deep Dive, whatever. And whenever he talks, all you hear is blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Go look at, just Google it, kids. Trust me, I think they're on YouTube. Google G.I. Joe PSAs. They are absolutely hilarious. So number 7 on the list is G.I. Joe, a Real American Hero, number 281 from 2021. That's a new one. All right, what do we got for number 6?
Captain America, number 352
Interesting.
from Marvel Comics from 1989. So this issue features the first appearance of the Supreme Soviets, Piran, Red Guardian, Sputnik, and Fantas Salat. This book
Easy
actually
for you
had
to say.
I know this book actually had a lot of movement due to David Habers, who plays Alexei Shlovikov, the Red Guardian in Black Widow. His post on Instagram stating, Ursha, Yolova, Nat, CD, Sputnik, and I are all on the rest of the Winter Guard. Look forward to sharing popcorn bag and a little big old screen in the Dark Theater on July 9th. So this sent buyers rushing online to purchase Sputnik's first appearance in this issue. There was also some confusion that this is the issue was the first appearance of Winter Guard, which was quickly corrected. It's actually Iron Man number 9 from 1998. But this issue sold 47 copies, had a 7-day uptrend of 347% and a high sale of $49.99 for a raw copy.
So wait,
Dollar bin diving for this one.
So this is not actually the first appearance of the Winter Guard, but people bought it anyway. So it's kind of like that Robin book. Remember back with Punchline? Is that so? Is this one of those things where it's a mistake? Because I did see, and they're talking about Winter Guard obviously being in Black Widow, right?
Well, he said Sputnik, and this is the first appearance of Sputnik.
Oh, okay.
So one of
Yeah,
the characters he mentioned appears in this. So.
Yeah, because I do know Marvel has an upcoming Winter Guard series coming up. So you'll definitely see them. But so I'm assuming people thought that Sputnik was going to be in Black Widow or something.
Sputnik.
It's hard to say, man, but there's a lot of characters you can go with. People are just waiting for Omega Red. Just saying, man, Omega Red, and I think Crimson Dynamo is another Russian character, right? I mean, there you go. I mean, if they stick with that whole thing, because there's definitely going to be a Black Widow too. It's just, they already have it. They already picked the characters for it, so just expect it, and it's going to happen, man. There's a reason why they keep on pushing Black Widow back further and further and further. They want as many box office dollars as possible, as many open screens as possible, as opposed to And I even asked Mikey Sun that quite possibly they may remove it from the Disney premiere if enough theaters are open, and just have it strictly in open for the theaters for consumption. So, because that day and day release thing that they're doing really is not working out. I think the last film that just came out just bombed terribly. The Angelina Jolie film. Yeah. Yeah. But that showed the same day on HBO Max.
Yes.
So you can see it on
she's like a
HBO Max.
fire hunter.
Yeah. It's John Bernthal's in it. So apparently that just tanked at the box office. So we'll see if people and we won't get into it here, but there's a giant upheaval going on over at Warner Media, and one of the main guys who brought the whole day and day release of theaters and streaming, it may no longer be with the company. So they pissed off a lot of their creators, like the director for Dune, Christopher Nolan, who wants their movies on the big screen and not to be premiering on whatever streaming service there is. So I have a feeling they're going to correct their course and do away with it, or who knows, they may go all in on this whole streaming thing, because everybody's playing catch up to Netflix at this point, right? Because Netflix has over 250 million subscribers. I think Disney Plus is next with like 103 million subscribers. HBO Max is like at 43 or something like that. So we shall see, boys and girls. Captain America number 352 coming in at number 6. All right, what do we got for number 5?
Number 5, we've got America Chavez, Made in the USA, number 3. So this issue features the first appearance of America's sister, Catalina Chavez. Catalina seems even more powerful and has intrigued readers. Sold 56 copies, had a 7-day trend of 305%, and had a high sale of $25 for a raw copy.
Wow. I had no idea that there was a America Chavez sister. So
I had no idea there was an America Chavez series.
That's interesting. I mean, we all know America Chavez is coming to the movies. I do believe she's going to be in Doctor Strange into the Multiverse of Madness. So maybe people, this is one of those things where I think this is coming from a YouTube channel or a website that's just pure specking. Like, hey, if America Chavez is coming, then definitely her sister is coming. Which is interesting because I do believe she was orphaned when she left her parents sacrificed themselves to send her off. And then that's when she kind of went off into her own thing. But, obviously they retcon things like she was, adopted by a family or something like that. And then she got her memory back. And then she kind of decided that, hey, I don't want to be with this family anymore. It's a really weird origin for America Chavez, because she had like 2 moms. And they sacrificed herself to save her world. And then, she obviously has this ability to create portals to go to other worlds. And she just ended up in the Bronx, just like everybody else does. Whenever they leave the world, where do they go? The Bronx. Makes sense. Perfect sense to me. All right. So number 5 on the list is America Chavez, Made in the USA, number Trace. What do we got for number 4?
Man, how about this one? Ultraman number 1 from Harvey Comics 1993. Shout out to Harvey Comics. First time on this list ever. So with Ultraman number 1, it was recently announced by Variety that Netflix is developing an Ultraman animated feature with an all-new story. Ultraman is a fan favorite character for a lot of people and has been quite a long dormant franchise that is finally starting to see new life. This jump started the U.S. first appearance of Ultraman in comics, did sell 34 copies last week, had a 7-day uptrend of 645%. That's insane. And a high raw sale for $61.
Yeah, Marvel now has the publishing rights to Ultraman. Remember, they just came out with that series a while ago, and I'm a huge Ultraman fan. And what's interesting to me is, how come you guys didn't buy this when the Ultraman series came out? Because there is an Ultraman Netflix series, and it wasn't bad either. They kind of made it more, it's more of a superhero story. And there is an Ultraman season 2 that's coming. So, but I guess, and I don't know, you guys ever seen it? It's pretty good.
No, I know what you're talking about, but.
Peep it out. It's not bad at all, but it's interesting how nobody cared about Ultraman until they said they're going to make an actual animated movie on Netflix when there's already an animated miniseries on Netflix. So there you go, man. But man, I remember as a kid, man, Ultraman was the shit, man. Right up there with like Godzilla and all the kaiju. Ultraman was our thing, and then you kids got Power Rangers and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but Ultraman is definitely better. He could kill all the Power Rangers at once. That's all I'm saying. So Ultraman number 4, and you are right. Harvey Comics makes his debut.
How about Jet Jaguar?
Jet Jaguar is dope. Jet Jaguar was in that Godzilla movie, remember?
Yeah,
Which was the
I
funniest
said
shit
that.
ever. Like he's shaking hands with Godzilla, like "Good job." All right, so number 4 on the list from Harvey Comics. Good job, Harvey. All right, what we got for number 3?
Well, don't be surprised. It's Ultraman #1, the Virgin variant from Harvey back in 1993 as well. So back-to-back Ultraman books here. This Virgin cover can be hard to find in the wild and saw a big spike in the price. Sold 40 copies, 7-day trend of 846%, had a high sale of $310 for a CGC 9.6.
Damn, that's just okay. I mean, this is obviously the influx of new collectors and speculators, right? Because you know, anytime Hollywood announces something, they immediately go out and buy the comics. When I'm thinking, hey man, there's been a Ultraman Netflix series that came out in 2019, but nobody cared. But this is part of what I'm saying. We talking about is the influx of comic speculators or collectors that are coming in from the trading card world, the video game card world, and everything. And we keep on saying it doesn't matter if the property was not originally a comic book property, but if there's a first appearance of the character in a comic book, you know, that's why it's, if there's ever like if a Fred Flintstone live action movie were to come out now, that Flintstone comic would blow up. You know what I mean? Like nobody cared before. Like if they were to make a live action Scooby Doo right now, this Scooby Doo would be all over this list. It's just the way things are. I mean, anytime something gets announced, just look for the comic. That's what I say, because that's what it seems to be people doing now. As soon as they see any news that gets dropped on Variety or what have you, they immediately go and try to figure out what the first appearance is. And most of the times they're right on what the first appearance is, but still a dope book, and I really dig this cover. I actually just want to read this because the Marvel Ultraman it was okay, but I would like to see the take on it that Harvey did back in 1993. God, what has Harvey done? Are they still
I don't
publishing?
even think they're a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was surprised that this Harvey was still doing something in 1993. So, somebody in the live chat, what's the last Harvey book that they did?
What have they done for me lately?
Yeah. In the live chat, name the last Harvey series that came out, because didn't they do they used to do Casper the Friendly Ghost, didn't they? Was that a Harvey book?
Maybe. I
I
can't
think so.
recall.
They used to do
one book.
Kitty Comics or something like that. But there you go. Name in live chat, we'll give you guys a Marvel No Prize. All right, what do we got for number 2 on the list?
Well, my third book of the night, it's a Venom and Carnage related book. So Spider-Man Unlimited #1 from Marvel Comics, 1993. So benefiting again from the Venom Let There Be Carnage trailer. This is the first appearance of Shriek, and it's moving. It sold 277 copies, had a 7-day uptrend of 124%, and a high sale of $449 for a CGC 9.8, which is way up from when the book was in the top 10 in February, and its high sale was $110 for a CGC 9.8. So that's $300 plus. Now, finally gotten that trailer.
Well, I mean, were they in the trailer though?
Yeah, she's the one
it
in
showed
the
it showed a
cage.
girl in a cell screaming.
Mm. Yep.
Oh, well, it makes sense then that she's shrieking, I guess, but just, I guess it's just like one of those things, like you might as well buy it up now just in case. Right. But now it's no longer a $1 bin book. But
Nope.
I remember this book, and I think I have it because it's super thick. I mean, it's like it's really remember all the Unlimited books that came out? There used to be an X-Men Unlimited. I could have swore they were like triple size, man. They're like giant books. And,
Shit, that last auction we did, I think I sold 3 or 4 of these.
yeah.
Yeah,
Raw.
if you go on IMDb, Naomi Harris is she's casted as Shriek.
There you go. So Shriek is coming. If she has a major role or not, we shall see. But we're starting to get more trailers, so everybody's buying these up, man. So Spider-Man Unlimited #1 in at number 2. And thank God Justin doesn't have to do this one because this is his favorite.
God. Okay, number 1, we got Hank Howard, Pizza Detective, Caligula's Safe from Bad Idea 2021. Oh, man. This is just ridiculous. This Bad Idea new title was very limited in store and only received by participating retailers. With a low $1 price point, this title had only one way to go, up. Buyers scrambled online to pick up a copy, which drove up sales and sold 136 copies, had a 7-day trend of 873%, and had a high sale of $30 for a raw copy. Dude, Bad Idea is stupid. It's stupid at this point.
Can we just talk about this title for a second
Yeah.
and what Hank Howard's Pizza Detective Caligula's Safe. So, for those who don't know what Caligula is, I Google it, but make sure you're not at work because if it was I think
Who he
it
was.
it was an early penthouse, full-on pornographic film, but had Hollywood actors in it. If I remember, it was like Roddy McDowell was in it. It was one of these weird things. And obviously Caligula has this whole history of like, he was, the story is Caligula
creep,
had
bro.
all these orgies and
Roman.
Roman orgies and things like that. So whenever time I see Caligula, I think of that porn movie starring Roddy McDowell. Really trippy shit if you think about Roddy McDowell. Just go on IMDb and look up Caligula and look at the actors on it and then realize that it is an actual porn movie. So you think about that. So that's why when I see Hank Howard, Pizza Detective, Caligula's Safe, which I'm assuming the safe of Caligula probably has like the first ever dildos created in ancient times because he was a freak apparently. So for those just joining us, man, KRS Comics HQ is going to have a store opening, and Clayton Crane will be there to sign all your Clayton Crane related books. Chula Vista, California, on July 16th, 2021. Myself, Darkside Jedi, and Swerverine will be there airing live, trying to get Justin and Zach to show up. I mean, Zach, it's not too far a drive from El Paso to San Diego, right?
San Diego. I thought you said it's in Chula. Yeah. Okay.
Chula Vista is basically a suburb of San Diego, so it's just Chula Vista is just north of San Diego.
I wouldn't drive. I'd fly. But
there you go. Just fly. It wouldn't take that long at all. But there you go. And by the way, this drops tomorrow, boys and girls, at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. This is the Nightgwen In Huck Lee variant. I think it's 25 for cover A and it's 70 for the Virgin variant. And so you use the discount code of LOTLB to get 15% off that. And I'm going to tease it again today, man. This drops on Friday. I'll have the full image for you. This is a Warren Liu book that KRS is going to drop Friday. We will show you the actual full-blown image on Thursday's show. So make sure you check out the Shakers. It's going to be hot. It's hot. Warren Liu is changing his style up to be more. He's doing more realistic covers like this now. I would marry this cover as well. Fuck it. I don't even care, man. Oh, my old lady hears that too. Shit. Anyway, thanks for joining us, boys and girls. 35 minutes of your time. Go enjoy the rest of your day. It's Tuesday. Have a safe week. Any last words, Manimal?
no, I'm glad to be back. Love doing the Tuesday shows with everyone and watching these bad idea books come up every goddamn time that new one comes out.
We'll see if they have a long play or not. Justin, any last words?
Yeah, I just dropped a link for our Friday show. We did a live show on Friday here down in my basement in New Jersey with Zach and I. So check out that
was
video.
fun. I was in live chat. That was really fun.
Yeah, it was a good time. And then, of course,
Although you didn't
check us
surprise
out.
anybody, because as soon as you were like showing up, like you're like, "Where's Zach? Why would you have an empty couch sitting right beside you?" And we're looking for, but well played.
Hey, nobody knew that he was coming until that picture that I sent you guys.
Right.
I knew it.
Zach is like undercover that way, dude. I'm sure like he'll just pop up in front of my door, like, "Hey, bro, let's go to TNT." I'm like,
You never know where I'll be, bro. You never know where I'll be.
Hey, you never know. So we will see you guys on Thursday for the Shakers of the Week. Until next time, boys and girls, keep digging in them long boxes and peace out.
Now let's do this. Rewind, select and come again. Pull up that from the top to the very last. Jump.
Who are you to make their lives bitter in hard bondage? In this you shall know that the Lord is What you think about this unit? We're here. We're back. Here's to a job. You can't get fresher than this. In the great hall of the Justice League, there are assembled the world's 5 greatest heroes. Their mission, to fight injustice, to right that which is wrong, and to serve all mankind.
When it comes, I won't even notice. Oh, how so? I'll be too busy looking good.
Okay,